I was seated in the farthest corner of that unbearably loud restaurant, where the shadows stretched long and restless beneath the flickering red glow of a faulty neon bar sign. Its garish pulse stuttered against the window glass, spilling crimson streaks across the tabletop like a warning. The air was thick, greasy with the scent of deep-fried appetizers and stale beer, saturated with the clamor of clinking glasses and overlapping voices. I had chosen this spot intentionally. Half hidden, half lit. Quiet vantage point in the chaos. Place where I could watch without being watched. And then Claire opened her mouth. Not just to laugh. No, this was different. This wasn't casual amusement. It was calculated. Cutting. She didn't break the tension between us. She shattered it. Her voice rose above the din, sharp and clear, laced with that polished sarcasm she always used when she wanted to hurt without taking responsibility. She smiled as she said it, as if wrapping the blade in silk. Oh, he's harmless. Predictable. I could run off with half the office and he'd be too busy watching documentaries to notice. The table erupted with laughter. It was loud and sudden, a violent explosion of amusement that hit me like a body blow. I felt it in my ribs. Behind my eyes. Liam, the new project manager with the overconfident smile and the tailored blazer, leaned in, and Claire turned to him like she was already his. Her eyes sparkled in a way I hadn't seen in years. Maybe they never sparkled like that for me at all. I didn't say a word. I lifted my bourbon slowly, letting the glass linger at my lips. The burn of it as it slid down my throat grounded me, just enough to stop my hands from trembling. The ice clinked against the rim, the sound faint and distant, like it belonged in a different life. Claire looked at me then, just briefly. A quick flick of her eyes in my direction, a flash of faux concern wrapped in a smug little smile. The kind she reserved for when she wanted me to feel pathetic. And I smiled back. It was a hollow smile. Controlled. Practiced. It didn't touch my eyes. Because what she didn't realize, what none of them knew, was that I already knew. I'd seen it unravel over the past few months, piece by piece. The way she angled her phone away from me on the couch. The sudden urgency in her tone when certain texts came in. The absurdly extended work trips that always had some vague, last-minute justification. Asterisk, just one more night, we need to finalize the report. Asterisk. Asterisk, client dinner ran late, I'll just stay at the hotel. Asterisk. But her scent gave her away. She started coming home with traces of hotel soap that didn't match anything we owned. Once, after a so-called happy hour, her coat carried a faint cologne. Woodsy, expensive, and distinctly male. I confronted her. She laughed. Brushed past me like I was a child throwing a tantrum. God, don't be so insecure. You're imagining things. But I wasn't. That night in the restaurant, she made her intentions obvious. She humiliated me. Not privately. Not in a quiet argument behind closed doors. No, she mocked me publicly in front of her coworkers. In front of him. That was the moment. That was when I knew the marriage was over, even if she hadn't said the words. I excused myself, calm on the outside while my thoughts frayed like wires under pressure. I walked out without looking back, her laughter following me like an echo that refused to die. The night was bitter cold. The wind slapped my face, but I welcomed it. At least it felt real. I drove home in silence. Streetlights smeared across the windshield like brushstrokes in a painting I no longer recognized. My grip on the steering wheel was iron-tight, like if I let go I might fall apart. At home I didn't turn on the lights. I sat in the dark, the glow of the fridge humming faintly in the background, the clock ticking out each second like a judge counting down a sentence. Then I opened my laptop. The booking for our honeymoon was still on the screen. Bora Bora. The trip we had planned for months. 5 stars. Over water villas. A dream vacation for a dream that no longer existed. I stared at the confirmation for a long moment. And then, without hesitation, I clicked cancel. An automated email chimed into my inbox. Confirmed, trip cancelled. I didn't wait for her to come home. She texted around midnight. Don't wait up. celebrating a huge win with the team. I didn't reply. Instead, I pulled up the messages I had quietly transferred from her phone to mine weeks ago. Screenshots of her conversations with Liam. The hotel bookings. The flirty exchanges. The sickening, "you make me feel alive" messages. The ones where she spoke about me like I was dead weight. I read through them all. Not with anger but with detachment. Like reading the diary of someone I used to know. When she finally stumbled in at 2:13 a.m., smelling like perfume and gin, she barely glanced at me. "You're still up," she slurred. I didn't answer. Just sat there, laptop still open, the glow of the cancelled confirmation screen washing the room in sterile blue light. The next morning she acted like nothing happened. She was humming, burning toast as usual, her voice light, cheerful, false. "Big day today," she said brightly. "Can you swing by the dry cleaner on your way home?" I didn't respond. I just watched her, this woman who had once meant everything, now reduced to a stranger in my kitchen. Her phone buzzed on the counter. A message preview lit up the screen. Asterisk, "Last night was perfect. Keep thinking about you." Asterisk. Liam read heart. She saw me reading it and rolled her eyes. "Seriously? You're still sulking?" I stood slowly. My voice was quiet, calm. "Claire. I know." I paused. Just for a second. Then she scoffed. "Know what?" "That I had fun last night." "Grow up." I took a step forward. "I know about you and Liam. The hotels. The texts. Everything." There was no guilt. No apology. Just irritation. "You went through my phone." "Jesus, that's sad." I stared at her, waiting, hoping for some sign she understood what she'd done. Instead, she crossed her arms. "You're boring. Predictable. Liam makes me feel like I matter." I didn't flinch. "The honeymoon's cancelled," I said evenly. "Just like this marriage." She shrugged and grabbed her purse. "Good. I've already moved on." And just like that she walked out. The door clicked shut behind her. Silence fell over the apartment like dust. But for the first time in a long, long time. Didn't feel like heartbreak. Felt like freedom.